Hey there, folks. Welcome back to the channel. And let's talk about a setup of new welcome offers on the Wyndham cards. This is for the Wyndham Earner and the Wyndham Earner Plus. We're not going to talk about the Wyndham Earner business card. And we're not even going to talk about the structure of the cards or do any sort of in-depth analysis of the cards. They're not particularly compelling cards. The Wyndham program has its folks who are really into the Wyndham program when it was a great way to do status merry-go-round at casinos and resorts and use that for cruises and things like that. And when that merry-go-round was shut off in early 2025, it lost a fair amount of luster. Now, I don't mind Wyndham properties all that much. Like, I've never stayed at a Wingate, but I have no issues staying at La Quintas that are well maintained and are fine. Days Inn, I've stayed at my share of Days Inns. Are they my first choice? No. As long as the star rating on it is fine, I'll stay there. So it's not like I'm vehemently opposed to Wyndham's at all levels. Like, I haven't given their top level stuff any sort of chance. I haven't done any of their all inclusives. I hear their all inclusives are good. I haven't even been into the Wyndham program, but I know that the Wyndham Earner business card, when Vacasa was a thing, and the status match merry-go-round with Caesars and all of the other casinos, and also cruises, like, that card got rave reviews. Also earns 8 times Wyndham points on gas, and not a whole lot of cards offer 8 times points or 8% cash back on gas anyway. But we're not talking about the Earner business or the Wyndham program itself. Now, Wyndham also recently added Chase as a transfer partner, so that was a little curious. But let's jump into this. This is coming from Upgraded Points, and this is elevated welcome offers now available on the Wyndham cards. So you can earn up to 75,000 points. What happens here is you've got the Wyndham Earner and the Wyndham Earner business card. The Wyndham Earner card, you can earn up to 60,000 points. You'll earn 30,000 points after spending $1,000 in the first 90 days of account opening, and another 30,000 points after spending $500 at Wyndham hotels within the first 180 days of account opening. Same sort of structure applies to the Wyndham Earner Plus card. You'd earn 75,000 points total, 45,000 coming from spending $1,000 in the first 90 days of account opening, another 30,000 after spending $500 at Wyndham hotels in the first 180 days. And this card has a $75 annual fee. If you go with Upgraded Points valuations, they value Wyndham Rewards at 0.9 cents a piece. Everybody has their own set of criteria. Is what it is. Upgraded Points is valuing it at 0.9. Other programs, other websites value them as low as 0.7. It's a range. 60,000 points would be worth $540, and 75,000 points would be worth $675. Although after the annual fee, like $600. What's interesting here is that they're requiring at least $500 in spend at Wyndham properties. Now, I'm curious as to whether or not this is an issue with not getting enough bodies into Wyndham properties. Maybe that's why they've added Chase as a transfer partner. Maybe they're looking to expand transfer partnerships to other banks or possibly point systems. Who knows? But I'm very curious as to whether or not this is a desperation play to get more bodies into Wyndham. So spend $500 at Wyndham properties, get 30,000 points. 30,000 points on $500 in spend in Hyatt would be huge, right? At Hilton would be huge, but $500 in spend times 34 or times 30, it's a pretty decent chunk. Regardless, I don't know if it's a desperation play by Wyndham, or I don't know if it's a desperation play by Barclays, right? The added twist of the $500 in spend at Wyndham properties would lead me to assume that it's Wyndham that is trying to prop things up a little bit here, and I'm willing to throw some extra points at this. Barclays, in the past, it was said that Barclays wanted to get out of travel cards and move back into retail co-branded cards. They've since added the GM cards, and they haven't lost any travel cards, but they aren't adding any more travel cards. And actually, they did lose the American Airlines cards. So, like, those got bought out from them by Citi. They still have the Atmos cards that they have under their purview by way of Hawaiian Airlines. It's not like they're actively looking to sell the JetBlue backbook, although, please, I wish they would. They're not actively trying to sell their Lufthansa credit cards. They're not looking to sell any of like their Emirates cards. So while they said that they want to put less of an emphasis on travel cards and go back into retail cards, they've only added the GM card. They've lost the AA card, the American Airlines cards, but like they lost out on the Apple card, getting an Apple card return of sorts when Apple announced that they were going to be lining up with Chase. They haven't added any significantly new retail co-branded credit cards. So like it's a curious place to be for Barclays. Now, what I don't know is if this is a play by Barclays or Wyndham, as I said. If this is Barclays, not bad to gin up some extra spend toward a partner. All right. But it is more likely to me that this is Wyndham doing this because Wyndham wants more bodies in hotels. And they've been running a bunch of other promotions to get folks in. Spend 2 nights, get 15,000 points, or spend 2 nights, get 7,500 points. And if you happen to hold the credit card, get an extra 7,500 points, that sort of thing. So like they're wanting to reward credit card holders and get more credit card holders in. So that makes a certain amount of sense. I find this approach very interesting. I would love to see some of the other hotel brands do something like this. Hilton could get away with something like X number of thousands of points for X amount of spend. Currently, they're doing their free night certificates, so 70,000 points and a free night certificate on $2,000 in spend with the Hilton Surpass. With the Hilton Honors Card, 130,000 points and a free night certificate on the Hilton Surpass, 175,000 points on the Hilton Aspire, because that already comes with a free night certificate. It would also be interesting to see things like the base 70,000 points on the Hilton Honors, but spend $1,000 at Hilton properties or $500 at Hilton properties, get a free night certificate, something like that. That would be really interesting to see. Same sort of thing with Marriott. Spend X portion in addition at Marriott property specifically, more points, or another free night certificate at 35,000 points. Maybe IHG could do something like that, or Hyatt would do something similar. So it feels like a desperation play from Wyndham specifically. But as desperation plays go, it's only $500 at Wyndham, and they're going to award you 30,000 points. That's a, 60x return on that spend. Interesting play here by Wyndham. It would be huge if any of the other hotel chains were doing that. Something that if Choice did something like that would be really compelling. Although I don't know what Choice's current setup with their co-branded hotel, with their co-branded card with Wells looks like, but it's certainly interesting that they're trying to push more spend at Wyndham. And yeah, I wouldn't necessarily blame them. I think changing banking partner could be a way to like reconfigure their cards, make them a little bit more rewarding. Currently, the best rewards on the cards are like the 5x on utilities on the Wyndham Earner Business and the 8x on gas on the Wyndham Earner Business. The other cards aren't terrible, but they don't have any compelling reason to spend on them. Right? You're not spending toward a free night certificate. You're not spending toward additional bonus points. You're not spending your way toward anything above Wyndham Diamond because the business already comes with Wyndham or Wyndham Diamond. Now, again, these offers for the extra 30,000 points are not on the Wyndham Earner Business Card. I think they're good on signups there, and it's just on the Earner and the Earner Plus. So I don't know what to think here. It's very interesting that they're offering 30,000 points on $500 in spend at Wyndham properties specifically, just to get more bodies into Wyndham's. It's Barclays, and they're really desperate to get some more people in the door with those cards. Maybe it's a negotiation tactic. I don't know where things are with that contract. Maybe that contract is up for renewal and Barclays is trying to get as many signups as they can. This tends to be a Barclays move. Right as things were closing with American Airlines, Barclays was throwing offers for the Aviator Red left and center. So it would not surprise me if this is a sort of tactic to just beef up the number of Wyndham cards out there, because they're losing out. They're potentially losing Wyndham as a co-brand partner. Where Wyndham would, I don't know. But I'm very curious by this move. I would also love to see this done with like other hotel chains. I think this is a very fascinating move. But let me know what you think down in the comments. So that's going to do it for this one. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe button down below. Check out the pinned comment for ways to support me outside of YouTube. Check out Stack Your Points and stackyourpoints.com. And we do a live here on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. So check that out as well. And if you really want to support me here on YouTube, consider becoming a channel member. $2.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. You get videos like this early. So thanks so much for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.